On the visitors' sideline, their head coach. His guys responded well to their season-opening loss, winners a week ago. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night prime time. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And leading them out is their fifth-year quarterback.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain, but at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Ball under 32. It's 2nd and 2.
Here we go.
Now the first carry here for the running back. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready? Liking it. Go.
To throw, it's Milton. And he lost the football. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away. Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 42-yard line. Slot man moves right. Milton. That's to Bowers once again. And he's taken down inside the 30. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His 2nd catch in a row, first down. Well, they clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
So now here are the Broncos for their first drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yards with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Well, this defense for the Raiders, much improved from week one. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Broncos hit 2-0 here to begin the season, and they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
He finds his man complete. It's Young. These are his numbers from last week's contest. A boatload of catches, 66 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit, and this is a guy that defenses had better focus on.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
60 Bison. Let's go now. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. Brought down at the 20. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7.
Cougar 19, Warriors 70, Mustang 19, Buffalo 18. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The Raider defense strong on that one in coverage, and now it's 4th.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7. They'll set up to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, break. Set. 60 Bison. 60 Bison.
A nice display of power, but it only takes him to the 7. He's dropped there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
Let's go. Let's go.
He's going to try and do this himself. He pitches it out, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Let's go now. Ready?
They'll try to run it here. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Raiders nothing.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and a yard.
They'll try and sneak it here. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Here now, 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Here we go. Ready?
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. Here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders.
A gain of 15 yards.
Got exactly what they wanted there out of the RPO and had the defense out of position.
One word for you there. Excellent. Because he read all the keys properly, made the right decision, and look at the result. Pretty substantial game.
Here's Milton now to throw.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be calling for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
They had 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
Now a play fake here on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
At the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
One advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great effort there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And they're able to add on to their advantage. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for
The quarterback will keep it himself. guess you have to give some credit to the fact that they rallied and made the tackle, didn't allow 2 points to go the other way there.
Find that silver lining, because what happened prior to that was not positive. Go for two, fumble the football, give up a return, but you're exactly right. They did hustle and prevented a score going against them.
The Raiders offense ready to go. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point, because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing is Milton. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
And the Raider first down. A gain of 26 yards.
From the midfield stripe, they look to throw.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So they look like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
To throw is Milton. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
19 Tiger.
Here's Milton. Short throw caught by Bowers.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So on 4th down, here's A.J. Cole to punt for the Raiders. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. Yeah, he was looking for the check up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup. I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. And now they're in the hurry up.
Brings up 3rd down.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he will have a Broncos first down, at least at first glance, as they'll spot the football just beyond the marker. They find a way to convert on 3rd and inches.
32-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That's caught. It's Dante Thornton.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
They'll set up a throw.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Let's go now. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw again. He's got his target. That's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw again.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Raiders force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
1st and 10. Their own 27-yard line.
That, Charles, the first interception he's thrown here in year number 2.
And I know it's just the first one, but didn't it feel like what we saw from him last year, where he was plagued by this type of a play? And they thought that, you know, over the offseason, going into a second season, some of that would go away. Thus far, still looks a lot like his rookie year.
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. And they take a knee.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hansen for our halftime report.
Our look around the league starts now with a matchup of contrasting styles. All right, Brandon, thanks much. The first couple of weeks of the regular season were wild, to say the least. What about week 3? Let's jump in. And it's the New Orleans tight end. He had his way with the defense from beginning to end. How about 4 touchdown catches in the game? Next, it's the Windy City. We'll check in on the Bears as they play host to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this is Bucky Irving. He's going to take this one in, 11 yards on the touchdown run. The Bucs are back in the win column. They move to 2-1 with a Week 3 victory. One more to show you. Let's go to Cleveland. It's the Browns taking on the Jets. And this is a former Jet. It's Elijah Moore. He was a tough man to pin down all game long. This, one of his 2 touchdown catches. The Browns are into the win column. They get the victory here in Week 3. With that, a look at the rest of the scores here in a busy week number 3. Meanwhile, in our game, it was a competitive, hard-hitting first half. We expect more of the same going forward as we send you back out to the stadium with Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. The Broncos offense set to begin this third quarter. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them halftime.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. And they'll keep leaning on the line game. Back to the ground. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big pickup of 38. They've done a pretty good job containing him up until this drive, and until that run, there was no containing him at all.
Yeah, you're right about that. He finally popped free, but we didn't have to be in their practice sessions. We didn't have to be in their meeting rooms. They planned for a run like that to happen, maybe a couple of them. But what did they tell their guys all week? You know what they said. Move on to the next play. That one just happened. Let it go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Thornton. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down.
At the 34-yard line.
19 Tiger.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a short gain down to about the 33. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he will have a Broncos first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
26-yard line.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And now he appears to be in some pain. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready up.
This 2nd and 4.
Let's go now. 19, 18, 72.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
81 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Come 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there, because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Ready.
And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's the fullback.
His 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the...
They'll look to throw.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And no, it falls incomplete. So the two-point conversion, no good. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
The Broncos kickoff unit out there to kick this one away.
And he returns this to the 22.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. Fair to say, it hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
Here we go, Shaq. Cowboy 80. Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Switch. Oh, come on, get him, go get him, go get him. Let's go.
They go play action here on first down.
Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it.
And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
First and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Ready. 70 Lions.
And here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry.
10 yards on the pickup. It's second and inches.
Ready, ready.
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time.
We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver. It's Bronco football, and they also have the lead here as we get set for the fourth.
Come on, set. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Let's go now. 18 Cardinal, 18. Ready.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Young. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3.
6-yard pickup.
That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal.
Gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now third and goal.
Cougar 19.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up.
They'll run here on third and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Broncos are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter. So now the Broncos are going to again go for 2 here.
The Broncos will line up for
The quarterback will keep it himself.
the attempt at the two-point conversion is no good.
That play was unsuccessful, and we saw something you don't see very often. The give to the lead back on an option play. Usually that's a fake, and then the quarterback comes down the line, decides whether to pitch it or keep it.
Regardless, looking at where the defense was, I don't know that either case would have worked.
Yeah, it almost felt like they were trying to fool them totally, and they weren't fooled at all.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter, and they're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film section tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
JT Tuimoloau, his second sack of the night.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. But they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into space at the 45. He may go. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Brock Bowers, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2.
Come on, come on.
They're going to try and run. And he will not make it to the goal line. The defense holds him here. And this is still a 3-score game as the lead remains 18. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
60 Vikings, 18 Cardinals, 18 Cardinals. Let go.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make second down pretty tough. Off the option, he'll try and run with it. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards will get him back to the original line of scrimmage, but now they're looking at 3rd and 10.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
This is where, fourth quarter, you got the lead, you give it to the big guy. Defensively kind of sucks the will out of them, doesn't it? Because they don't want to tackle him right now this late in the game.
Well, you say that with accusatory tones. I mean, but you're exactly right. I know it's not something we actually want to talk about, but as a defender, 4 quarters worth of trying to bring people down, 4 quarters worth of pounding, and now late in the game, here comes that big guy coming at you, and a lot of guys are wondering where they want to come up and make that tackle at this stage of the game.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column.
Here we go, shot. Liking it.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
So that play, I mean, it was pretty well blown up from the start, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, when you're running the option like that as a quarterback, you have so many different keys and reads to make that sometimes as you're making them, you're not protecting the ball the way you should, and it gets popped free.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle.
Well, probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Give him 8 on the play. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Milton. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Looks like they're going to keep throwing till the bitter end. This one's long since over, but give them credit. They're going to go down fighting. That one, incomplete.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Denver's offense now set to go. And they've got it 1st and goal at the 3. What a place to start.
So quite a turn of events. This is 1st and goal from the 3.
Here we go, here we go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
That one looks like he'll throw here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play there, and they're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. It's their quarterback with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Broncos are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
We saw so much of this last year at the college level, but there you go. His first rushing touchdown as an NFL quarterback.
And with the speed he has, we certainly know it won't be his last, because that's something that aided him very well, as you mentioned, at the college level. It's something he's going to carry over, and they'll make it a big part of their offense.
Here we go now as they will again try for 2.
The Broncos will line up for the 2-point conversion.
79 Broncos. Go.
They'll try and throw for it.
On the RPO, he'll keep it himself.
And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on and get back to practice in the next couple of days.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. To throw, it's Milton. That's going to be caught by Kirk. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. Milton. Over the middle, complete. That's Bowers. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this